Hello guys and gals and welcome back for episode 33 of our Rogue Legacy Let's Play. So today we've got our Dwarfish Hokage Sir Gordon II, who is particularly well equipped. As you can see, he is good to go. And if you watched last episode, you'll probably know we are now ready to conquer some new heights in the fact that we can now fly for an even longer time due to the fact that I've equipped this whitish silver cape that you'll see on my back there. And we've actually swapped out the normal flight runes for just more gold vines. So we're going to try and get some more gold, head our way into the darkness some more, and just see if we can rustle up a little bit more equipment, just to check in again where we're at for equipment. We've got 3 swords left there, 3 helmets left there, one from the second tier, oddly enough. I'm not sure how that happened. And another, the same one actually, from the armor, and another one off the final tier. 2 more of those, and 3 there. So, I mean, we don't have a ton more equipment. It looks like a lot, but if I get a couple in each run, or each episode at least, I think we'll be good to go. So let's head on in. You can enjoy all that pretty gold, you silly old demon. And let's make this a particularly great episode. What do you say? So, before we get into things for real, I just want to regale you with a little stupid story. As I was leaving from last episode, so as you probably know, as being someone who speaks for a long period of time in my little recording sessions, and I tend to do numerous episodes of Rogue Legacy in sequence. So I was going off of the last episode, the one you perhaps may have watched yesterday, and I had gotten up to go get a new cup of iced tea, and I drink a lot of iced tea. That's what I try to keep hydrated with, although water also is a great secondary, or honestly first primary choice, but you know, depending on what I have at the moment, I generally tend to choose iced tea. And in a great moment of YouTube scumbaggery, and I think a new low for me, I actually stood up and was about to walk away still wearing my headset. I was so complacent in the idea that I was talking to myself that I completely forgot I was wearing something very large on my head with a big ol' arm that hangs out in front of my face. So, I don't know if that's a new low in terms of self-awareness or a new high in YouTube immersion. I don't know. Regardless, it's pretty silly. And I haven't done it before. So let's talk about tea for a minute. I really like tea. It's a thing that I drink constantly. Between the hot tea, the cold tea, there's a lot of tea going on in my world. I drink red rose tea when it comes to hot tea, and I have a lot of preferences for cold tea. And I know I'm not sure exactly what level of tea you even consider this to be, if it is even properly tea, but I generally prefer Arizona iced tea. And in all of its corn syrupy glory, I guess. Particularly the lemon, the peach, and the raspberry are all favorites of mine. It is definitely pretty sweet, so there is that. I guess it does give me a little bit of a sugar hit for when I need to speak for long periods of time, and there's nothing particularly wrong with that, provided I don't inundate my entire diet with too much sugar, but I try not to, although I'm sure I fail at times, but I'm sure we all do as well. So what do you think? Are you an iced tea person? Do you enjoy the teas? Do you prefer Lipton? Are you more of a Nestea kind of guy or gal? I don't know. Just sort of wonder about that thing. What kind of liquid preferences you have out there. Or if, I wonder also, like, is Snapple a thing for lots of people, or is that me? Because I also kind of like Snapple as well, and I think some people refer to that as being kind of gross. So I'm noticing a little bit of a difference in our gameplay today. Things don't seem to be going quite as smoothly as they were last time, and I wonder why. It may be because of the lack of armor, but at the same time I feel like I'm taking more damage too, and that shouldn't be the case. Oh, well, I lost some armor from the cape, I suppose, so maybe that is why that's happening. Alright, hopefully it won't be a big deal, and I've lost some range as well, being dwarfish. As it turns out, you know, it's not the end of the world. I think we'll be fine. It's just the way things are. And I wanted to pick this type of a character just because there are so many opportunities for me to hopefully go through to secret areas that I want to maximize my opportunities to do that. And also, it's not bad for dodging either. If you haven't noticed, usually I can get through a few more projectiles. And really what would be perfect right now is for me to head my way down to the darkness and try and take out the slime boss. Because I think having the extra bit of dodginess is a huge, huge boon for me when I'm in that spot. I wonder if the slime boss is even going to be particularly hard. I wonder if I'm going to be able to take out most of the slimelets, which is what I'm going to call the miniature ones. Maybe I can take them out in like 1 or 2 hits. What was it taking them out at in the regular game? Like before New Game Plus, was it still 1 or 2 hits? It may have been, but I'm sure they're going to scale quite a bit. Now I'm taking 14 damage from spike balls. Is that particularly good? I feel like it is. I don't keep particularly close track of what exactly every type of enemy is doing for damage, but I feel like that was better than average. Skittering wolves are gonna attack both at the same time. I should not be here. This is a terrible place for me. Let's get out of here. Let's blow this clam shack or something. Let's head our way back down. Let's see if we can maybe just go straight back to the entrance. You would think if I'm having a lot of trouble walking around in the Maya, that then going on to the Dark World is going to now become a bigger problem. Thank you for that rocket, by the way, right in the face. That was really appreciated. Jeez, you couldn't just let me get through that tunnel, huh? Whatever. I probably should have looked before I leapt. And amazingly, even with a not-so-fabulous run, we're still turning out at 11,000. Which is enough to actually make a little bit of an impact. I should have also noted, of course, that we are getting 24 gold per pickup, up from 22, which is not bad regardless. I'm not upset with 22 or 24, and I don't think it can get all that much higher until we progress either to the next game, or maybe we deck ourselves out in solid gold find armor, which I think I'm still missing a few parts of, and henceforth, which is why we are doing runs to try and find it. Not sure why I'm so obsessed with gold, but I guess it's just the way I am. I just want to know that I can provide for my family, even though I'm about to die as a rogue legacy character, I guess. I don't know, maybe I want to leave a nice inheritance. Alright, this is what I was looking for, actually. I wanted to find this boss room so I could get that one chicken leg that I know I can count on every single time. Lovely diamonds. Glistening in the sun. Not really in the sun, because there is no sun in this castle, but if there was, there would be glistening indeed. So to our right, we've got spike balls. What's above us? A few more chandeliers we can take out. I think I cleared this area, even though it doesn't seem like I have. Like, left all this weird junk hanging out on the sides. Alright, we can definitely mess with this chest. Best chest in the west. I don't know why I needed to jump over that. I guess I had a little moment of excitability there. I just needed to be acrobatic. So we're gonna head... Where are we gonna head? I don't even know. Over here, I guess? So this is a place to go. That guy dropped a lot of freaking gold. I'm certainly quite quick. I'm zooming around this castle like it ain't no thing. I kinda like it. Oh, right. Okay, well, just jump into that, I guess. Oh, I didn't need to come in here in the first place. Well, now I know. I was kind of hoping there was maybe a little... Oh, wow. Did you see that dodge? I totally should have gotten hit there. It's perhaps a little bit of a failure on the hitbox's part. I'll take it. I'm not going to be upset. I honestly wonder if I can even still find equipment in the castle area, or if I have to be in... you know, the Dark World or the Maya or anything like that. I mean, I guess the best thing I could do is just keep exploring. I could play as a Spelunker, turn on my headlamp, look for chests. If I want to maximize my equipment find chances, I think that might be what I do next time I see a Spelunker. Maybe I'll just try and pass up a class or two. I know I just wasted another potion. I'm sorry, I can't seem to help myself. Okay, this room is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Those dudes still do a lot of damage. So I think it said 43. Seems a little bit over the top for how over-leveled I am for this area. But yeah, I guess we'll just get our armor up again as well. I don't know how to make a horse sound, evidently. You gotta put your whole back into it. If you're gonna horse around, you gotta do it all the way. And I don't think I'm ready at this point. Alright, maybe my flying skill, yep, it's high enough that I can actually traverse most of this, except there are these stupid seams in the ceiling that get me stuck on them, and that's real annoying. But I can go in here, so it's worth it. So at least I got one thing out of being small in stature in this run. 21,000 gold without even really looking or trying all that hard is definitely cool with me. I really haven't been watching the gold all that much, so it's just, it's always kind of a nice bonus when I look up there and it's like, oh, look at that. Holy jeez. So let's head back up. And remembering not to accidentally trigger flying when I don't need to fly at all. And trying not to get stuck on the ceiling in various ways. Okay, you're gonna jump up this... Yeah, you are. Alright, cool. I know how you work, Skittering Wolf. You think you got me figured out? It's just the reverse, man. I know your game. It's the same every time, and I still fall for it. You run a good game, Skittering Wolf, I gotta say. You know, for being as predictable as you are, I am awfully silly and awfully dumb. Alright, take no damage. I have a chance at this one. Provided I don't decide to fly at a stupid moment. There we go. Magic damage increased. I've got daggers. Those are not going to help me get through these walls, though, so I'm just going to try my best to get back out and not get hit too much. I'm not doing well for HP now, unfortunately. Oh, big old crazy world here. I'm not sure if I want to bother with this, but I could... Oh, I can't even dagger that guy. I don't like this room. Let's just get out of here. I'd rather not die to a stupid room with barely anything in it. You're gonna go out. Go out in an impressive way, I guess. Yep, spells are gonna be my buddy here, I think. Very good. Very good. Alright. We got a big old Hulk Knight. Is it worth bothering for all of this just to get at that one little chest? If I had slightly better reach, this would be way easier, but if I had slightly better reach, I wouldn't be able to get in there, so... Guess that makes sense as a trade-off. Oh, I can hit him through there, so that's good. And I seem to do enough damage now that it doesn't seem like it's going to take me 20,000 years. And I think I can actually kill all those horses through the wall as well. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Sure they could. Wild horses could do a lot of things. Have you ever seen wild horses? They used to draw and quarter people, and they'd use wild horses to tear people apart into little bits. It's a horrible, horrible thing. I can't believe the ways that people abuse and torture each other throughout history. It's just absolutely insane, the things that people will do. You know, people talk about, like, oh, what's hell like? Oh, well, we've created plenty of hell on our own with these horrible instruments and devices of torture and ways to just maim each other. It's just amazing. Like, anybody that's ever been in a position to do something like that, have they ever wondered, like, that could have been me in that position? Like, you don't have any empathy, apparently, whatsoever, if you can pull off something like that. Anyway. Super dark thing to get the discussion on, so let's not do that. Let's re-roll and see if we get a Spelunk. We do. We have a Spelunkette, Lady Henrietta, who I will hang out with. Let's go check out what Lady Henrietta has to offer today. We've got 26,000 gold. How am I going to spend that? Was I working on anything else in particular, I wonder? I can't remember now. That just has Siphon. I didn't really get anything new in any of these areas, so I guess we'll just spend it over here. Now, the Spelunker, is there any particular skill that I want to use with the Spelunker that's going to really help me? Just more armor, I think, really is going to be my best buddy right now. So I'm going to spend on a bunch of that. 4, 8, 12... What did I just buy? 3 or 4 of them? I think it was 3, so I think I just got, like, 12 armor. 5,000 per upgrade is going to be pretty good. I think I can handle one more. We're going to do one more, and then that's going to leave me with enough to do one more damage. Well, 6970, though. What's closest to that? Not a whole lot. What about... Oh, that's 8,000. I can't buy that. Downward strike, 4,000. Alright, let's do another damage. That leaves us at 1,000 there. So we're going to do a Spelunkat run and see how that goes. I know I said I was going to head my way down to the darkness. I didn't quite make it. Got sidetracked. So here's the thing. So we can look at chests everywhere. There are just chests dotting this world like you've never seen before. So I guess I'll just try and make my way towards those. Bonus rooms are also quite everywhere. It's not a bad skill. I can't believe I didn't use it better up until now. So the question, though, is can I actually live long enough with my character the way it is to actually, you know, take advantage of all these opportunities? I hope so. Alright, so both of these bonus rooms are basically garbage. There's no reason for me to hang out in either of them. The zombie apparently wants to mess me up by being on the other side of all that stuff. And getting 27 gold per drop is pretty BA as well. And by BA, I mean things that sheep say. Alright, look at this. We're already at 2,000 gold almost. And we've been in basically no rooms. Does it make them drop more gold as well, or just the amount I pick up is more? I think it's the second thing. But I think the amount you drop might be the thing that increases the more you beat the game or something. I don't know. This is all still new to me. I'm sure you guys in the comments have figured all of that out by now. I've still stayed pretty spoiler-free when it comes to some of the technicalities. But, you know, one could hope in enough episodes of playing Rogue Legacy, maybe I could become Rogue Legacy's BizSnap-esque character. Although, maybe BizSnap is BizSnap's own best character for that role, but, you know, we'll see. I actually have to watch his Rogue Legacy Let's Play now that there aren't really things I have to worry about spoiling. I would love to become very proficient in understanding the behind-the-scenes, you know, the man-behind-the-curtain style of what's going on in this game. I think there are a lot of things to learn for me. I mean, as I'm sure you've already known and suggested to me in the comments. Why did I drop there? I hit up and I went down. You know your 360 wired controller is getting a little bit on the outs when you can hit up and it registers down. I'm actually amazed that this controller has stayed alive for as long as it has. This is the same exact controller that I've used throughout all of my PC Super Meat Boy career. Oh, can I chakram these guys through the wall? Oh, I thought I could, but... oh, I don't know, we'll see. There isn't even a challenge here. This is just, like, get through as much of this as you want. If I could take that guy out, yeah, I think we would be in a better position. I'm just gonna, I guess, forfeit this entire run because I want this chest so badly. Holy crap. This is insane. Worth it? HP increase +5, and then I can drop back down. Alright, at least they let you do that. But yeah, this controller, I mean, I can't believe it still works. I've gone through, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 controllers for my actual console 360 controller set, like my wireless ones, but as far as the actual, you know, the single wired one, this has been the same one for all of this time, and it's just crazy. Like, it doesn't even feel, other than that little complaint I just had, it doesn't even feel like it's that far gone. Usually what happens is... oh, this is gonna end real soon. Okay, there we go. Big old pile of gold. The analog stick usually starts to feel, like, kind of floppy, like it doesn't really like to stay centered anymore. And I'll grant that it isn't exactly the most, secure fit anymore, but it's not also that bad either. So, props where props are deserved, and in this case, this particular controller worked very well for me. On the other hand, though, shame and, you know, a wag of the finger to Microsoft for the rotating D-pad 360 controllers, who they basically built them out of solid garbage. Like, they're the most unreliable controllers you could ever ask for, and they should be ashamed of themselves for putting that on the market. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will probably think I sound like I'm just talking completely out of my butt right now. But trust me, I have a personal experience with them that if you saw what I went through with it, you would understand. And I'll give you the rundown in a second here once I find a safe place and or die. Oh, this is unfortunate. It looks like I might not be making it to whatever this bonus is. We will see. I will try and remember to tell you the story in a moment. Okay, well, that's the end of that. So I had this, the 360 silver, you know, wireless rotating D-pad controller, and I was using it for BlazBlue because, you know, I'm a pretty big fan of that game. I like it a whole bunch. And I was playing it a lot, like many hours for a while, and I was using that D-pad constantly, and I guess that's fair, but, well, that it would get worn out, I mean, is fair. But, on the other hand, what happens is, with those things, the center of the D-pad wears out, and there's basically just this, like, silver foil over the whole thing, or silver paint. Well, it's just a tiny, thin little sheet of it covering the entire silver D-pad, and when you rub on that controller pad enough, the paint wears off, and the center of it is basically just this little, I don't know, it's like a inverted peg, like there's just a little notch with a groove and a hole there. And as you wear away the paint, the peg that's under it that the D-pad is essentially stuck to separates from the D-pad, and there's just this little shell that falls off, and now you have a completely inoperable controller because the D-pad just falls off. And if I remember correctly, those things were like $60 when they came with the Play and Charge kit. And the batteries are also kind of garbage too, and don't get me started on those, but in essence, you basically buy a controller that if you use it enough, or use it wrong enough, you know, in using it correctly but still using it too much, it will actually cause the whole controller to just fall apart. So it's very distressing, and I'm not happy about that at all. And in essence, if you do that process in slightly over a year, they will not give you another one. So you're just kind of stuck. Unless you come up with a very creative way to get around it, which I did, but I'm not going to tell you what that was. And no, it wasn't stealing anything or doing anything illegal. It was just, I found sort of a loophole in a return policy of theirs. Anyway, let's move on. So we've got a Spelunker again, and we're going to try the same little deal. Oh, I should spend the rest of this gold, because I'm pretty sure there was one piece of armor that was very close to that amount that I could probably spend it on. 24. What was this one? 38. 25. Is there anything right on the money? No, there is not. Alright, guess we will buy the sword for 1600, Trebek. Alright, well, we got a Retribution sword. That's a pretty cool thing to have anyway. Solid black sword. It's pretty tough. Alright, let's head in. Got a little bit of spelunking to do yet. Probably shouldn't have thrown all of my everything away on, you know, that silly quest to get to that one chest. But, you know, it is what it is. We've done it. Past is a past. Let's not look back in anger, I heard you say. Just don't look back in anger, but you know, Oasis reference. They happen. Alright, I feel a lot less capable because of my speed on this run. Where are our chests primarily? They're all to the right, so we're gonna just head straight over there. Anybody in here worth talking to? Nope. Alright, keep going. Big ol' knight down in the corner. Thank you for all your golds. Catch him on the way down. Oh, another chicken leg. I probably didn't need that, but it was gonna disappear anyway. Okay, we can pray to the statue, and let's hope for not Sonic's curse. It is Charon's Obol, or Charon's Obol. I will never, ever remember how to say that properly. So what that means is whatever gold I have left over from this run will translate over to the next run. May or may not be useful, so far has been the sentiment. Sometimes, you know, you end up with a real awkward amount of gold left, and that's actually pretty nice that you don't have to waste it. A lot of the time, though, I'm able to spend it pretty economically sound, ergonomically? I don't know what I'm trying to say there. There's some sort of way to phrase those words that it makes sense, but I am not going to be able to be the one that comes up with it today. So we've got chests above and below us. Let's see if we can find our way to those. Hello, big old green knight. Does a lot of damage there. And you're probably saying to yourself, what happened to fighting the boss, man? Well, I still want to fight the boss, but I also really want to get that gold find equipment. Or whatever it is that I'm looking for. Just any equipment, honestly. Whatever I can find. And since I have the Spelunker, I figure I might as well use it and see where we go with that. Also, I was pretty psyched about having 27 gold per drop. It's not bad. You can't argue with that. Well, I guess you can if you're like New Game plus 5. Maybe you can argue with it a whole bunch, actually. Okay, let's throw chakrams in. Oh, this is a rough room. Tough crowd, tough crowd. Alright, let's go down here. No, let's really not go down here. Let's not actually go down there at all. Let's try and get this fairy chest. How do you think about that? Let's just fly our way through. Wait for that to fire, and we're in. Alright, another HP plus 5. I'll take it. Every little bit counts, right? I mean, my HP as a Spelunker is not anything particularly amazing. But, you know, every little bit, like I said, does help. We're making a little bit of progress each time. Oh, excuse me, wolf. I keep missing you. There we go. There's a pretty good chance one of these wolves is just going to run right into me, and that'll be end game for me. Spelunker, you got a really cool ability, but oof, that was painful. Yeah, but aside from that little headlamp thing, I mean, you're not really the best suited for combat. Not really sure what else I can use you for, though. Like, how am I supposed to balance out, oh, that pretty objective negative of being very weak? I'm not sure. Maybe when I'm super maxed out on stats, maybe things start to become a little bit more clear. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, I really do have to get more proficient at using the downward stab. I think it's a pretty useful thing. Oh, okay, well, that is not an example of me doing that properly, so I guess we'll just have one more run then. I was going to cut things at this point. Let's just do a Barbarian Queen, I guess. We'll just go for ultimate farming one more time. 10,000 more gold. What do we put it on? Hearts, stars, rainbows, clovers, and blue moons, pots of gold and rainbows, and me red balloons. That's me lucky charms. They're magically delicious. They're magically suspicious, is what I say. Anything else in here worth bothering with? Not really. I gotta do this every time. Sorry, I know. Look at my health bar. Did you see that? That was badass. This huge health bar. Let's get another damage up and another health up. There we go. 3 gold left. Now that is some careful budgeting. Yeah, perfect, right? So you have my all ball, I'll let you pass for free, but only this one time. Yeah, you know what? Suck it, because it's really me who just got punished there, but there wasn't really an incentive for me to try and hold on to gold. I could spend it within 3 gold, which is obscene. Like, there's no reason... Oh, wait a minute, what? Oh, right, the Spelunker was why I had 27 before. I was about to get worried, I thought I just lost something. Alright, so good chance that this is going to end up being a real long episode. Probably should have cut it before, but oh well. What are you going to do? I like you guys too much. I want to keep providing you with entertaining footage and commentary. Oh, this guy might have something for me. Let's use some... Oh, that was a painful hit. No, alright, he doesn't have anything for me. Just some diamonds. Did I really not hit that on the way through? A little disappointing. Where did it go? Just went off the ceiling, huh? You just gonna go hang out on the next floor? I don't know what you're doing at all. Speaking of Lucky Charms, it's sort of amazing the variety of different breakfast cereals that there are that all sort of boil down to the same exact concept. You know, cartoon character plus marshmallows of some kind, or like sweet thing equals kids love it. I mean, yeah, kids love sugar. I don't think there's any getting around that. But it's amazing to me that there's so many like imitations that were all so successful on the same formula. But I guess they've cornered the market. You know, you figure out a demand, and every single iteration of it will fulfill that desire. So we've got armor +2 on that one. I'll take it. And we'll continue looking around. We've got a boss room, which means free gold. 1,200 gold per diamond is real nice for me. I like that a lot. Love to just collect a big old room full of diamonds. Can you imagine if getting diamonds was as easy as it is in Minecraft? I guess you'd be risking your life, so maybe it wouldn't be worth it, but I imagine there would be a lot of mining-related fatalities regardless, because people would just be too tempted by the idea of finding a vein of diamonds and striking it rich, so they could then go ahead and build some sort of redstone device to send people to their death by shooting cakes and arrows at them or something. I don't know. Minecraft's a silly place to live. I have to say, like, I'd be tempted. If it was possible to just, like, go out into the world with nothing but your mining pick, your wits, and a bunch of ham, you know, maybe some stone blocks, I would probably give it a shot. I mean, I'd be real conservative in the way that I approach the mining situation. Of course, you would need torches as well. Torches are a solid staple of any mining run. But it's just, it amazes me, like, how fun that would be. Yet, you would still be risking your life. If, you know, permadeath is any indication when playing the game. It also, the idea of being able to just, like, live by yourself, like, living off the land, and just building your house in any way you want with no fears of, like, zoning laws or, you know, building something not to code. Like, that's far more tempting than it probably should be, which sort of says something about society at this point. Because that, I mean, that is, like, how things started, exactly the way that all works. And it's a little sad that we have to, like, simulate the experience of what being human a few hundred years ago always meant with a virtual voxel-ish based world. I mean, it's not, well, I don't know, let's not get into that discussion. Sorry, I should never have brought that word into the discussion at all. The procedurally generated 3D block world, that's what I'm going to stick with. But, yeah, the Minecraft ethos of just being able to create anything you want. You want to make a mansion, go punch trees for a few hours. The sun will set, who cares? As long as you don't get eaten by zombies, it's all good. This is basically the same thing as life. Just scale it out by a few years and replace zombies with bears. Or wild animals of various kinds. You know, the occasional moose, depending on where you live. Or, you know, other crazy thing. Could be a panther. It could be a puma. I missed a chest there. Could be a puma. It could be a mountain lion. Why are there so many words for mountain lion, by the way? I know panther is not one of them, but like puma and mountain lion and cougar, right? Aren't those all the same thing? I believe they are. And I think there's even one more aside from that, which is now eluding me. Oh, look, we found the boss room. What do you think, guys? You want to go beat the boss? You think this is where we should go with this run? Well, we just passed 20k gold, and I'm at nearly full health, so we're going to go fight the boss. Let's try it. If I lose, I lose, and that will actually make this a fairly well-rounded run. If I win, then we're going to have a long road ahead of us, I think. Oh, okay, he does 31 damage. That's actually not all that bad. Alright, so I gotta remember my strategy here is not to flail wildly. It is to pick one of these blobs at a time and stick with it as long as possible, splitting it off into little bits and parts, and then try and farm down these magicians every so often, because they're going to get real overwhelming if I don't. And these guys are just going to start flying around the room all willy-nilly without a care in the freaking world. And I got to remember to keep working on them. They have quite a bit to them as far as HP goes. Oh, I just split that guy by accident. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, can we just get rid of this one? Being able to fly also is going to be a pretty big help. To the extent that, I mean, I can fly now. I couldn't fly to this extent last time I did this boss. And it's like one more rune's worth, but still, it's a bunch. Alright, so this guy's split again. And... oh, by the way, yeah, it's not a Dota reference. For anybody that thought I was serious, I didn't really think that the name of this guy was a Dota reference. So let's just keep try and be careful here, although I keep walking on spikes. Alright, I'm walking on spike shine. Oh, and don't it feel impale-y? Alright, so I've just thrown caution to the wind and basically screwed my chance of beating this boss by flailing like a madman. Alright, let's see if we could just maybe get them all to stand in the same spot. That wouldn't be too bad, right? Alright, just run into them then, I guess is another option. Oh, we've got little satchels of gold all over the place. I will be a little disappointed, I'll be honest with you, if I can't beat this boss because of my failings at being a rational human being and fighting it a little at a time like I said I was going to. Alright, things are going okay-ish. Let's chill it off, just chill it out a little bit, chillax. Chill it down, chill it anyway, really. Just chill it. Put it in the freezer. Keep it cool. I think we're probably fine. There's the part of me that's like, oh, well, I could just run into this dude like 100 times still. And I think we're pretty much done. Just waiting for it. There it is. Oh, that was beautiful. I wanted to let him serve up that last hit. And I struck him out of the air like a friggin' baseball player. Any other bits and pieces around here I can pick up? No, I think we're pretty much good. Alright, what's in our chest today? HP increase plus 5, MP increase plus 5, armor increase plus 2. Good enough. And we have now opened the final gate to the end of New Game Plusington. We're not going to go in there yet. Still got a few things left to do. Still a few desires I have to fulfill before we make our way towards, you know, another end and beginning. Is it the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning? I'll never know. It's always a beginning and some end. Think about it. It's always the end of some beginning. If you think about it. Should probably use a little bit more of my size, because they're not a bad tool. I really like having them around. And I also really like all this gold that these dudes keep dropping. If I could find another piece of equipment, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, not that I'm not happy right now. I mean, we killed the 4th boss in a sort of an impromptu fashion. Not something that you can always do. And moving downward, we have what? Alright, a little cage. Okay, that guy's got a whole bunch of projectiles. I could have foosed there. I chose not to. Because I'm a big old foos in the face. I don't know what that means. I'm a big old foosball. Zoofoos. I'll go by foot. There we go. Alright, we've got some chest over in the corner here. Oh, not a bad chest, actually. Oh, well, gotta take a hit there. Why not? Consider it a sacrifice to the sloth god. I mean, we gotta make him sometimes, or he'll never be appeased. And down we have what? Oh, a spike ball ready to hit me in the face. That's not the nicest thing I've ever seen in my life. I really want that piece of gold that I left there. If this gets me killed, I'm gonna be real sad. No, it didn't. Not a whole lot of secrets down here, it seems. I haven't run into too many, you know, bonuses and such. Well, maybe it's just luck of the draw. I'm sure I could still run into something. So we've got primarily stuff now on the left. I think we've pretty much cleared stuff in the bottom right corner of this world. Okay, that room is a little scary to me. Running down here was not the best idea. So I'm now exposing myself to a barrage of different projectiles, all coming from different directions. I'm going to try and foos my way out of that one. And there will be blood. There it is. Okay, and into the spikes. It is. So that's alright. Spike Tex took me out. I'm not worried about it. We got a nice haul out of that run. Who should we play as next time? Well, let's do another Barbarian King with a Chakram. I think that's not a bad combo. 45,000 gold to spend on... What do we want to spend it on? Armor? Probably a bunch of armor. Oh yeah, I said I want to get rid of some of these things out of the corner here. I should probably do like one of them anyway. I could just finish off invulnerability time. Done. Alright. Consider yourselves appeased. So we've got, what, 9 more attributes to finish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Alright. I could make it... Yeah, let's make it 40 on the damage, and let's spend the rest on armor. 3, and then that leaves me with 3,000, which is pretty much good. Alright, we're gonna roll with that setup for now. We're level 200 and goddamn 70. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Not very good, evidently. So that is going to end us another run of Rogue Legacy. All hail the Sloth King. He's a king god. He's both at the same time. And don't forget the Kitty King over here on the left. They're merged. There's some sort of a symbiosis between the two of them. They're Siamese Sloth Kitty God King characters. I don't know. And then don't forget the sad X'd out face panda down on the bottom. You will never unsee them if I have my will. So that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, feel free to leave any support you feel I deserve. Likes are always appreciated if you think I deserve them, of course. And any comments, suggestions, questions, criticisms, all of those things, opinions are all welcome in the comments below. So feel free to let me know what you think I should be doing differently or how I'm doing or whatnot. And I will choose to read and peruse them at my own leisure. I suppose I read all the comments, so whatever you say, I will at least see it. Whether or not I act on it is another thing, but I do take comments fairly seriously, so if you make a good suggestion, I will try and at least listen to it in some form or fashion. So that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much again for hanging out. I will see you again real soon, and I hope you have a lovely night. Talk to you later.